What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the Wawas, lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high, ayy, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school candy paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south, ayy, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ. And today we're going to be doing a reaction video, kind of a little talk video too. But we're going to be reacting to Wheat Waffles explaining the three pills: red pill, blue pill, and black pill. I know if you guys have been in the internet and looking at all these the manosphere and things like that, you might have heard of some of these terms. And I just recently found out about black pill too. I never knew about black pill or what the hell it was and things like that. So I wanted to talk about, the three pills and things like that because I think I talked about red pill quite a while back, and I wanted to give a little update in my personal opinion on these three pills. I know there's different variants of pills around there, but we're not going to get into that because come on, it's getting lame at this point. But yeah, I just wanted to give my take on these three pills and stuff. If you guys want me to react to a certain video, just go to my Instagram at biquon and inbox me, DM me a video you would like me to react to, or just put it down in the comments. I'll get to it. But yeah, let's get right into this video, talk about the three pills. Let's go. Oh yeah, like and comment as it helps with the YouTube algorithm.
If you scroll down to the very bottom,
I know
of my
the UK
channel
people
page,
gonna hate
you'll
me.
find that the very first video I ever made is this one, where I explain in depth the three main thought processes out there of how to have dating success as a male. These are the blue pill, just be yourself; the red pill, just be confident; and the black pill, be tall and handsome. Well, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down things even further by plotting each of these on a continuum. And that there aren't just three thought processes, but there are in fact 5 distinct belief systems which each have their own interpretation of trying to explain why women are attracted to the guys that they are attracted to. This is the dating ideologies continuum, or in other words, the pills.
Okay, so yeah, he's gonna break this down for maybe the people who don't understand it and everything. And I love how Wheat Waffles, whether I agree with him or disagree with him on whatever things, I like how he breaks it down in a nice digestible way of whatever he's explaining with certain PowerPoints and things, so that even a kid could understand it, So yeah, I love how he breaks these things down. Me personally, I don't necessarily claim to be under any pill. I feel like that's up to interpretation. I'm sure you guys probably might think I'm under this pill or whatever. It's up to you guys for interpretation. If I had to really think about all of the pills, I think there is something useful with all of them, including the blue pill. I think that there are things in the blue pill that are useful that I identify with. I still believe in relationships and family and things like that. And, I still think about courting a woman properly and still believe in being nice to a certain degree. And, yeah, I do believe in, the red pill things where it's just improving yourself and, being aware of how women can act. And I agree with some of the black pill things too, where it's just being practical about, if you don't look this certain way, if you don't have these certain things, then you're going to have a bad time with women. It's kind of just showing the reality of things. And sometimes people can think that it's a bit pessimistic. While I do think that some things that Wheat Waffles says can be very pessimistic, I do think that he comes from more of a realist aspect with certain things. I'm more of a realist, I would say. I'm deal with how things are, not how I wish things were. So I think there are things within each pill that I identify, which is why I wouldn't say I'm any pill. And I think there are also things that are bad in each pill too, which I will explain to you while he's going along, and the things that I do agree with each pill.
So let's first take a look at the extremes of the graph. We'll start off with the blue pill. Now the blue pill is effectively made up of all of these happy and hopeful ideas. It's optimistic, it's pleasant, it's wishful, it's dreamlike. Pretty much everything to do with positivity falls under the umbrella of the blue pill. In terms of advice for men, they will tell you to be kind, be thoughtful, be caring, and yet despite saying these things, they will then also tell you to just be yourself, which is kind of a contradiction to these first three pieces of advice. Like this catchphrase, the blue pill also comes with several other feel-good catchphrases, including beauty is in the eye of the beholder, everything will work out in the end, age is just a number, when you stop looking, the right person will arrive. It's just not your time right now. And this one's one of my favourites. There's somebody out there for everyone.
No, there's not. And then this is where I get into my realist thing. Here's what I'll say, and while I'm explaining these pills, I'm going to give my little own take on it. Sorry if I'm stopping the video too much, guys, but I wanted to just give my own little twist to it too, you know. And always I'll put like a link to the video if you just don't want to hear my commentary for the video and you just want to watch the video. You can go down in the description and just see the video unfiltered without my commentary and everything. But yeah, these are phrases that you would hear like a blue pill person say. You know, I think that most guys start off as blue pill, and then, you know, I guess when they go through certain stuff, they transition into red pill, into different types of things, you know. And yeah, that last one was really funny. I agree. That's some BS that we hear. There's not somebody out there for everybody. I'm just keep it a buck. This might sound pessimistic or whatever you want to say, but some people don't deserve a person, and some people will not get a person. If you don't work towards getting somebody, it won't work. And here's what I'll add to each and every pill. You can fall under blue pill, red pill, or black pill and still incorporate the other things out of it. You know, it's not it's not like black and white, you know. You take the things that work for you and apply it to your life. And not everything works for everybody. How I deal with girls, how I get girls and everything may not work for you, but you can take certain aspects of the things that I say and apply it to your life. There's not, when we're talking about the whole dating thing, there's not one thing that just works, you know. There's different types of things that work, and people, you know, I can see people get into arguments and stuff online about what works and what doesn't work. There, not one thing works. There are different ways to do certain things and to date girls and to get girls and whatever your goal is in the whole dating scenario. There's different ways to get what you want. So yeah, in terms of like blue pill, if you took some of these things, because some of these things, with every single pill, I feel like there's things that go too far, you know, where it's like you're hurting yourself. It's hurting yourself rather than helping. And there's a lot of stuff that goes wrong with the blue pill and everything that people get, you know, wrong. Like some of these things, you can be optimistic, you can be caring and kind and thoughtful, but incorporate the things from the other pills too. You can do those things, but you can take something from the red pill where it's like, be aware of how females act. Not be scared of women, but be aware of how some women can act, you know. Or you can take something from the black pill where it's like, there's someone out there for everyone. No, the fuck there's not. Like, you have to, you know, some people just won't get anybody. And if you don't do anything about it, if you don't look a certain way, if you are not that attractive, then you might be one of those people left in the dust, unfortunately. But if you do not realize where you are and be practical, then then you'll just keep running into the same mistakes, and you'll be delusional like a lot of people out here, and just think that something's going to come to you. There's no magical shit in the universe that's going to make something drop on your lap and come to you. Does it happen? Yes, but that's not the majority. So you want to act on not possibilities but probabilities, and that's where I get, you know, that's how I get most of my thought process from. So some people can be, you know, they just like, oh, you're blue pill. You can be blue pill but still have like some red pill and black pill things incorporated in your style. So yeah, somebody who would take it to the extreme, who I would say like teaches blue pill stuff or whatever, would be like somebody like Derek Jackson. Not even to shoot shots or about anybody that I mentioned in this video, but Derek Jackson or whatever. And yeah, I know how I feel if you've been a long time watcher of me, but yeah, I would say he goes way too far in these blue pill ideologies, where he's just like, if you followed what he said as a man, you would be going into the fucking dirt. Like you would not have no good luck in dating and stuff. So yeah, just make sure you find out what's good for you within each pills. Incorporate some of the things and see how it applies to your life. But yeah, I know y'all tired of me talking. Let's continue.
So pretty much the blue pill is everything that you would have been taught by your mum when you was a child, and everything else you would have been taught in cartoons and Disney films. It is these feel-good, idealistic ideas. So that's the blue pill on the one end. Now looking at the other extreme, which is the black pill. And this is what I would say the majority of my beliefs align with. In fact, I would place myself on the graph right about here. So not completely at the edge, but a few spaces inwards. Now the black pill is based on 3 fundamental ideas. All 3 of these ideas must be true for the black pill to hold up. If you only believe in 2 of these 3, then you are not black pilled. The first pillar is hypergamy. This means that women only want to date up in terms of value. So as a man, what do you bring to the table? And if what you bring to the table is less than what the woman brings, then she would have no reason to see you as a potential dating option. The
Yeah, I could agree with that
is
somewhat.
looks. The importance of looks in dating.
Oh yeah, it's very
And
important.
you've probably heard of the term leagues used before. So a guy might say, oh, that girl's out of my league. And this is usually referring to the 1 to 10 scale. So for example, if this guy approaches this girl and gets rejected, he might use the excuse afterwards, she was out of my league anyway. And the thing is, he might not realise it, but this is an indirect realisation of the black pill. He is stating that his looks was the main issue.
That's the
final
most thing I
pillar
got
of the
from
black
black
pill,
pill.
and this is where quite a few people end up disagreeing, is inflexibility. So it is exceptionally difficult to move up in terms of your league. This is taken one step further because of the 7 genetic things that you cannot change about your looks. These are being short, having an ugly face, balding, having a bad frame, lack of inches, being old, and your ethnicity.
He went there.
And the acronym spells out sub 5, so it's nice and easy for you to remember.
Okay.
Now this last pillar is basically saying that these 7 things are your biggest obstacles and limitations in terms of improving your current situation. So that sums up the 2 extremes.
Okay, so with black pill and everything, I don't completely agree with black pill because of that the last part which he explained, the inflexibility, and this is where you get like the comments to where it's like they're being pessimistic and stuff, and I can see that too, and I agree, some things are very pessimistic, and you'll be like, oh, if you're this short or this type of ugly, it's fucking impossible, which is not true, you know. And it could be, might have a bias because I'm based in New York and our like demographic is very diverse, and I've seen people who are fucking ugly get girls because, not because they're rich or whatever, but they have a certain swag about them, they keep themselves clean, and you know, they make sure they're shaped up nice, they dress nice and stuff. And yes, there are some very butt ugly guys that like yeah, you look like a gremlin, you ain't gonna get nothing. But even those guys too, I'm not gonna say they get, and even those guys who get those girls, they don't get fucking supermodels and nothing. I want to make that very clear. But they do get women, you know. Maybe they might not be the most attractive, but you know, I would say they're on like the same level. Maybe she might be a little bit better looking, whatever. So that's the part of Black Pill that I disagree with. And the thing that I would incorporate, since he's on the Black Pill or whatever, the things that can work with Black Pill is some of the Red Pill ideologies, where it's like, yes, you can be aware that if my height and my looks are like this, my chances are going to be very slim. But if I improve myself, then I can get to this type of level, whatever. If I work on other things, I can get to this type of level and get this type of girl, whatever. So that's where you can incorporate another pill in it. I honestly don't know how Blue Pill would even work with Black Pill, to be honest, because like, I mean, you can incorporate like maybe like the family and the commitment part and things like that. I would say that's what you can incorporate with it. But yeah, I'm just going off of the top of the head with this one. But yeah, the pills can work with each other. So don't just be all black and white. Take what works with you. So you can be Black Pill just like Weak Waffles, but still have other things in the other categories that works with you. If I'm not mistaken, you know, Wheat Waffles does believe in having one relationship, you know, and being in a relationship and things like that. So I would say like he does take even some things from Blue Pill that, you know, he doesn't even acknowledge. I think most people take things from Blue Pill that they don't even acknowledge. So yeah, that's what I would say about Black Pill, but let's keep it going.
And as I say, I'd place my beliefs right about here on the continuum. I'd place ITV right at the very end. I don't think anyone can get more Black Pilled than this.
I don't know who that is.
And then I'd put Face and LMS just slightly right of me.
Yeah, I don't know
now,
too many Black
Pillers,
Pillers, so I can't really talk about an
continuum,
extreme.
This is where you'll find your Red Pill ideas. Now, when I made my first video, I bundled all of the Red Pill ideas into one. But after much thinking, it turns out there isn't just one Red Pill, but actually 3 Red Pills. I found many of the current Red Pill beliefs to be spread too far wide to be able to jumble them into one set of beliefs. And in fact, a lot of their ideas contradict each other. So the 3 main Red Pill belief systems are: number 1, the looks Red Pill; 2, the status and money Red Pill; and 3, the game Red Pill. We'll start off with the looks Red Pill, because this in fact shares a significant number of similarities with the Black Pill. For example, it fully agrees with the first 2 pillars, hypergamy and looks. So it believes women only want to date men who are more attractive than themselves. However, the main point that it differs is that it disagrees with the last pillar, inflexibility. People who believe in the looks Red Pill think that with enough hard work, graft and energy, that you can significantly improve your looks. And the main way they believe this is by improving your body. There is a huge emphasis on going to the gym and improving your physique. So this is the main point, but they will also allude to other things such as improving your hair, your style, fashion, taking care of your grooming, and maybe growing a beard. But the biggest emphasis is on your body. An example of who I believe to be a big proponent of the looks Red Pill is YouTube self-improvement coach Hamza. And based on his videos, it should be very obvious to see why. In fact, in one of his recent videos, he attempts to provide answers
looked like he was a teenager or something
why men
when he
are
was
creepy
that
and
last
how they
picture,
can
though.
stop being creepy. Here is what he had to say.
The higher your SMV, the higher the barrier for creepiness. So for example, if you cross this height, you're creepy. So maybe you're a low value, unattractive piece of shit right now. So your barrier to being creepy is way down here. Like no girls want to speak to you. Maybe you're like a normal guy, it's here. Maybe you're a normal guy who's been working out, so it's here. Maybe you're a guy who's now jacked and it's like way up here.
So, as shown clearly in that clip, he believes that the main difference between creepiness and attractiveness is your looks.
I agree with that.
Similar to what
I do agree with
Black
that.
Pillars believe.
I agree with
However,
that.
the main difference between Hamza and myself is that he believes this red line is a passable border. That by improving your appearance, and in particular going to the gym, can help you transition yourself from being creepy to becoming attractive.
Nah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
a lot of you
I do think that this is very interesting. I love how he's breaking it down, but there is a certain barrier. Yes, you can improve yourself and get to a certain things. The people who are attractive to where they can't really, it's very hard for them to be creepy. They're like very, very attractive. Like they're like up there. I'm not talking about no normal guy or whatever. Like if I could bring up a name or whatever, like maybe like Chris Hemsworth or something like that, you know, like it's very hard for him to come off creepy to a girl because a lot of women, or white women I would say, would find him attractive, you know. So yeah, that's just the first name I thought of in my head. I just finished watching Avengers. But yeah, like the more attractive you are, the less likely you are to be labeled creepy, you know, and that's just how it is. But I totally agree with that point that Wheat Waffles said. There is a barrier to entry, but yeah, even when whenever you approaching a girl, the first thing I think of is how not to approach them and seem creepy, you know, because you can approach them from the side or anything. You know, I'm a tall, you know, dark motherfucker, so you know, you don't want to approach them and scare them or whatever. That, because that can happen and everything. And then I'm in New York City, you know, crazy shit be happening. So you gotta find a way to approach them where it's not creepy. That's what can help for the guys who aren't like super duper attractive or whatever. You know, make sure that you're thinking of approaching a woman to where you don't surprise them and things like that, and you don't thing with them, you know. So yeah, I agree with Waffles with that one.
might be questioning, wait, doesn't this actually make sense? Isn't this way of thinking legit? Well, not quite. This transition is only possible if you meet certain criteria. These guys, despite putting hundreds, if not thousands of hours into improving their physique, still wind up in the creepy zone. Now, I'm not denying that improving your appearance is going to be effective for a lot of men.
Yeah.
Don't mishear my words. In fact, don't quote me on this, but I would even go as far to say that for 50% of guys, the best advice out there for transforming your dating life will be getting an 8 out of 10 physique. However, it will by no means work for everyone. In fact, I could summarise my entire stance on this issue in just this one clip. Right, now you've seen that video, answer for yourself this question. Who did going to the gym work for? I'll give you some time to think. Well, quite obviously, going to the gym worked for the Chad and didn't work for the sub 5.
Wait, but why would you
make
say
myself
that?
clear.
yeah, no, I don't agree with that one. I don't agree with that one, Weedy. It worked for both of them, just not to the same effect as the other guy because he has height and he's not wearing glasses. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Glasses comes off creepy to some girls. That might be another conversation. That might be a little controversial, but yeah. It does work for the other guy, but like just not to the same extent as the other guy because he's taller, and from what I can see, the other guy is actually looks like he's more fit. But yeah, nah, it's worked for him. How can you say it's not working for him? It just doesn't work to the same extent as the other guy, but it's definitely worked for him. I can't imagine how he looked before he was working out. So yeah, you can't just it's yeah, I don't agree with that, Weedy.
Going to the gym will only work if you have a good enough genetic template in the first place. If you want to know for yourself whether improving your physique will be worth it or not, then I already have a video going into even more depth about this. It's a really great video and it outlines the 4 times going to the gym will not improve your dating life. A link will definitely be in the description box below, so be sure to check it out after you finish watching
I don't
this one.
particularly agree with that.
Also, now I've got this point out of the way, now is a good time to press the like button and leave any thoughts you have in the comments below, as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. So that's it for the looks red pill. As I say, there is some truth to these ideas.
Don't kill me, people
hence
from
why I'm
UK.
moving
I
a
love
little
y'all.
over.
Y'all accent
However,
is
it
funny
still
to me.
misses
I'm
the
sorry.
target on quite a few points. Now moving over to the status and money red pill,
The status.
which is probably the most popular out of these three sub-ideologies.
Alright guys, today we're talking about why women desire and crave and need men with status, guys.
When you really build yourself up as a man, it overflows into the dating compartment.
Now,
Okay.
this belief system shares only one.
I'm going to say this real quick. The money and status thing is not everything if you don't incorporate the other things in your life, like awareness and things like that, and just like even some of the black pill stuff too. Because if you just have money and status, women will use you, abuse you, and run right over you and take all of your money and put you in some fucked up predicaments. So, yeah, like, I do agree with that, but you have to incorporate the other things. Like, but money and status does override pretty much everything he said. And this is where we might have to disagree. But money and status can override your fucking looks, you not even having game or whatever, and whatever. Like, whatever the fuck he mentioned before, money and status can definitely override that. And you can just look in our media, there are fucking fat motherfuckers, ugly motherfuckers, and they get more bitches than me and you combined. So, yeah, like money and status will override that. That is like the tippy top of everything. Then I would put looks under that, then game and things like that. But yeah, like money will definitely help you out. But if you don't have some awareness of how women act, then you will get used and abused. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Thing in common with the black pill, and that is the first pillar of hypergamy. So they still believe that women only date up. However, they no longer believe that looks is the most important factor, rather status is the most important.
I agree.
This also follows that they believe in flexibility, as any man can put in the work to improve his social circles, his career, earning more money, or reaching high status positions such as becoming a celebrity or
and
maybe
some ugly
a DJ.
motherfuckers with some bad bitches.
Now the thing with
They
this
got
set of
bread.
beliefs is, again, sometimes it's on the right lines. However, I do have a number of issues against this way of thinking. Number one, what is the actual chance for your everyday kind of person to be able to get results through status? Like, how many people actually get results from status?
That's true.
We're literally talking about the top 0.1%, which just isn't realistic or achievable by the vast majority of people.
That's a very.
But maybe I'm reading their arguments wrong. Maybe they're talking less so about celebrity status and more so local status. So moving up in the world in terms of your career, starting a small business with a few employees, accumulating a lot of resources, both physical and financial, and being a lead figure in one or more social circles. Now, although this is better sounding, I still have a few issues. Number one is that a lot of the time, your looks is your status. There are countless studies out there that show your status and your ability to achieve status is linked to your looks massively. And this is largely owed to the halo effect, which I've talked about a bunch in my previous videos. So even if the truth was found in achieving social status, it still ends up pointing back to looks and pointing to the black pill. My second issue, to do with this one in particular, is that love based on resources isn't genuine.
Okay,
Even if
I
you
could
do
agree with
reach a
that.
high paying job and earn a lot of money, doesn't mean they're actually going to be attracted to
If
you.
you lose all that
Chances
shit,
are they're just going to view you as an
she
80.
going with it.
Number three, and this is a big one, your status has nothing to do with your genetics. Why would women care about status if you don't have good genetics? I've spoken about this point
care
too
about
in
it,
my previous
man.
videos, that
They override
status is
it.
only relevant if you have the good genetics to back it up.
I don't agree with that
And
one.
lastly, number four, because of the nature of status and how it is achieved, it will likely only help you catch a settler, or in other words, a lower value woman. Here's a clip from a Darius M video, which I believe captures this idea perfectly. I'll let him explain this one.
Because let's be honest, as men work hard and grind and do all these different things, we build our life. We have to earn our value. And you'll start to see when you hit that 30, 35, 40-year-old mark that, man, you got all the power. Because those same women that rejected you in your teens and 20s, those same women who curved you, I guarantee you they're going to be after you.
Okay.
Those same women who rejected you in your teens and 20s, I promise you they're going to be after you. This is one of my biggest issues with status. It only matters when it's too late. Ask yourself this question. If a girl is in her 20s, why would she care about a man's status?
She
The majority
definitely
of
would.
younger women aren't concerned whether or not a man has status at that age.
I
Why would
don't
they
agree
be?
with that.
They're looking for a
Waffle.
Chad at this age.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to
And in
completely
fact, this
agree on
completely
this one.
coincides with my own personal
Well,
experience.
mostly, I agree with some
The
of
alpha
you, yeah.
chads, even if they had the lowest paying, lowest status jobs available, like working at McDonald's, the girls didn't care. Just like that guy, Alex from Target, who had a rubbish paying job and zero status, but still blew up and went viral because of his looks. For men, at least up until the age
but
of
that's-
25, their dating life will be almost entirely determined by just three things. LLL, looks, looks, looks. So that's it
Nah,
for the
I don't
status
agree
and
with
money
that.
red pill.
I think that's
A
where
couple of
Black Pill
YouTubers who
falls
I believe
way too
align with
far
this
into,
way of
like, the
thinking
looks is
include
too
Darius M,
important
who I've
for them.
already shown, although he does sometimes lean a bit into these two categories as well, and also Richard Cooper.
I think the
Lastly,
person who
now moving over to the game red pill. And man,
the
oh
person
man,
who swings too
someone
far
help
into the
you
red
with what you
pill, who
believe in
like
is
does a
mostly
bit too
this
much,
stuff.
I would say is like fresh and fit.
Game
Like
trumps
they're a
looks.
little bit too far.
And if you learn game and get good at it, it doesn't matter how ugly you are. You could be the ugliest bitch who ever walked the earth, and you'll get.
That's bullshit. Okay,
Now, those
okay,
who believe
okay,
in the game
okay.
red pill,
All right, now that's that's bullshit. No, if you look a certain way, I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna get bitches. I don't care. You're just not. You're just not. It sounds a little bit pessimistic, but you're just not. Unless you incorporate other things, you know, that's where maybe the looks pill, whatever you want to call it, comes in, where you get fashion and stuff like that. And then also where the black pill comes in, where you are aware of how you appear to the world, basically. Like, where do I stand in the world? I feel like that's where the black pill is, you know. And then you get the money and status pill if you want to use that to help, you know. But yeah, no, game ain't gonna help if you look like a fucking gremlin. Like, you ain't gonna tell me that there's some ugly motherfuckers in the world. And if you one of those ugly motherfuckers, like and comment, as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. All right, but actually, let me see what he's gonna say, and then I'm gonna end it right there.
reject all three pillars of the black pill. So they don't believe in hypergamy, and they believe that game is the be-all and end-all of attraction.
No, it's
So no matter how unattractive a guy is,
Ooh.
as long as he says the right things at the right time, then he can game his way to
What if he's like
attracting
watching
anyone.
this video and he
because of
sees
the
his
nature of
picture
game,
there? Like,
it
how
also
would he
follows that they
feel?
believe in flexibility, as any man can work on and improve his confidence, dominance, social skills, and being alpha. Now, one of YouTube's biggest proponents of the game red pill is this guy, A.G. Hayden. Now, I honestly...
Okay, I'm gonna stop the video right there because it's running on a little bit longer. But yeah, there were a few things that I agreed with Wheat Waffles, and you know, some things that I agreed with. It's just whatever. That last one was bullshit though. Like, if you look a certain way, that's a dub. But yeah, no matter what pill that you do fall under though, if you incorporate something from each pill and take it and apply it to yourself, then you're gonna get results, you know. I would say definitely working out, and I would say working out doesn't hurt anybody. So the whole explanation where it's like it doesn't work for certain people, that works for everybody, just not to the same extent that it works for everybody. Unfortunately, if you have certain bad genetics and stuff, yeah, it's not gonna work for you as well as, let's say, for me, or whatever, I have like broad shoulders, I'm taller and stuff, it'll work for somebody like me better. But like there's certain people that it'll work for them, but they won't get the same outcomes that I would get, or somebody else who has a better frame would get. So but they will still get better results than they did before. They're just not gonna get like a fucking supermodel or something, you know. So yeah, just incorporate the things that work with you under each pill, you know. I don't even identify with the whole pills. I think that's just corny. You're never gonna see me say I'm red pill or I'm blue pill or I'm black pill. I'm sure you guys would tell me in the comments where I'm at, but yeah, I just take the things that I feel like are useful to me and apply them to my life, how it works, because at the end of the day, you are an individual. But yeah, what did you guys think about this video? Did you agree with some of the things that he was saying? Did you disagree? Did you agree with some of the things I was saying? You can let me know down in the comments. I always like to have disagreements and good discussions. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. BQ Quick Review. Now we do.
Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece lessons with real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.